Hello, my name is Jeff A.G., Chairman and CEO of First Citizens National Bank, and today I'm going to present a shorter version of our shareholders report, which we had our meeting yesterday. So in 2021, we had a record year from many different angles. For example, our dividend yield was 3%, return on equity was 11%, and your return on your investment was 18%. One thing about our stock, we're a private company. We're not on the exchange. Sometimes we miss out on the highs, but we also miss out on lows. And over a long period of time, we've seen our stock consistently produce pretty good and above average shareholder return. Your bank has become, with the First Horizon acquisition, has become the 7th largest bank in the state of Tennessee that has a home base in the state of Tennessee. Number 7. That's pretty impressive coming out of a little bitty home base of Dyer County. We've been in existence 133 years. Always like to disclose this because this is very unusual. The executive team that are leading First Citizens National Bank, we have been together 16 years in a row. And again, that's very unusual. And that really helps us in strategy. We're very unified, diverse, and really come together in executing our strategy. We have greater than 320 teammates throughout the state of Tennessee. And at one time, we had 360 teammates. We have, through attrition, over the last 7-8 years, have pulled that down to approximately 320 something. Just due to efficiency, technology, and just improvement of the overall company. One thing that's very impressive, we're going through the great resignation, teammate turnover, and really our company's turnover ratio is around 10%. Peers are much higher, but 10% is high for First Citizens National Bank. One thing that's impressive, though, is our average tenure is 14 years. 14 years. That is a very good number. Our teammates throughout the state, the hours that are disclosed, because I can tell you we have more in this that they do not report, but we got greater than 2,300 hours of community work that our teammates put in all the counties that we serve. We have a very strong board. Yesterday, we added 3 new teammates to our board. Miss Alina Bell from Middle Tennessee, Laura Beth Butler from West Tennessee, and Missy Smith Hill from West Tennessee. Now, with these additions, we have representation in West, Middle, and East Tennessee. The average tenure, again, remember our teammate tenure for the inside teammates is 14 years. Our board tenure is 24 years. Now that's impressive. We have a very good subcommittee process because some people are probably thinking, well, you got a big board at 21. Yes, we have a large board, but we have subcommittees that really take care of all the intimate detail before we get to the board meetings, and they are efficiently run. Recognitions this past year, we've got quite a few. I am narrowing these down to the big macro, impactful recognitions. Best banks to work for in the United States, number 22. That's 10 years in a row we have been on their best banks to work for. Our insurance partner, First Citizens White & Associates, insurance, best insurance places to work for in the United States. They were number 41. We piggyback off each other. We learn from each other. Both entities are very well run. By our 5-star rating, 10 years in a row, we have been on this ranking. And then in the giving, United Way of West Tennessee, we're number 2. And for 14 years in a row, we have been in the top 3. Also, a national recognition, American Bankers Association. We're in the top 200 in the United States. And this is based off return on equity, a benchmark on profits. And you can see we're number 141, 12 years in a row we have been on this one. A very important barometer for a shareholder, and we know how sensitive this is to our shareholders, so we strategically try to take care of this. So you can see our dividends per share by year going back to 2018 was $1.60, stair-step 10 cents per year, and we ended 2021 with $1.90. We have forecasted in 2022 going up to $2. And again, that's contingent on many variables that could or could not take place in 2022, but we feel fairly confident that we'll land at $2. Now, from an earnings standpoint, our earnings per share, this is a beautiful graph. As you can see, going back to 2018, we're $4.50 per share. And this past year, 2021, we landed at $6.84. And you can see that is a big jump from 2020 at $5.56. 2022, our forecast is to be somewhere around that $7 or greater. And the reason you see a smaller variance between 21 and 22 is because 2021 reflected the PPP loan fees of greater than $1 million in it in 2021. And also we had basically very little bad debt expense at all in 2021. So again, if you really extracted the unusual items out of 2021, this graph would be a little more stair-stepped evenly. But great graph. Total assets. Going back to 1970, we were 42 million in size. This past year, 2021, we landed at 2.2 billion, and the forecast for 2022 is to land at 2.4 billion. Nice size company. So some of the strategic objectives, I'm just going to tease you with some of these more bigger picture objectives. Obviously, our strategic plan is very large and much more than this, but I'm going to touch on a few things. First of all, in our objectives, we want to be in the top 50 best banks to work for. We want to be customer centric coupled with innovative digital. Now, one thing we disclose to our shareholders, our teammates in our communities, we will continue being customer centric from a people side. Our vision says we're people centered, so we're not going to ever get rid of that people centered part. That is so impactful and is strategically aligned with the way we like to run this company. Matter of fact, I made a comment at our shareholder meeting yesterday. A customer came in last week and we were talking about some business and some transactions, and he said, my app is the Amy app. And we just started laughing, but again, this customer basically says, we like technology, but we prefer people over technology. But we do understand long term, as we continue to invest in technology, we will be investing in technology. We understand it is critical to the success of this company. But we're going to do both, as you see the word coupled. Shareholder return and return on equity greater than 9%. And then, pretty evident with our 3 new additions, we believe in having a diverse board, and we will continue to embrace that objective. So some of the actions. These first 2 or 3 in here, you will see are related to our teammates. It is a very challenging time right now in recruiting and retaining teammates. This is an issue and a barrier across this whole country, and we're embracing it. Even as we speak, we just sent out something to our teammates about a new tenure bonus. We just sent that out just a moment ago. But one thing we have done for a long time that sometimes just gets thrown in the corner, but it's major, because very seldom do you hear companies doing this. We allocate from the company 10% to every teammate of whatever they make at our bank, okay? Not the employee contribution, but the bank contributes 10%. We're moving our raises up to 3.5% as of April right now. And again, the new 10-year bonuses, which is going out in May. We're also going to be disclosing in the third quarter of this year. Again, we're just trying to make sure we get this right. We've got a lot of things going in our minds as far as work, life, and a flex type schedule. This is very important right now. We understand it, we embrace it, and we're going to lay out some actions and some options by the third quarter of 2022 for our teammates. Those 4 items are important in recruiting and retaining our teammates. And again, digital is critical to us. Digital and the smart ATMs, we are investing materially into this sector, in that line item. We will continue to repurchase our stock. We think it's a good buy. We think it's a great strategic action because it will help our earnings per share, which feeds into improving your stock value. Cyber. In today's environment, with the Russian-Ukraine war going on and just all the other global issues going on, hackers are really aggressively coming after companies across this world, especially in the United States. I want you to know that we have 6 layers of cyber protection at our company. And it's a big investment, but we think it's worth what we spend on that. That is a great and a necessity that must take place. We're going to continue to be deeply rooted in our communities. We will be a community bank. Case closed. So in 2022, again, we want that dividend yield to be around 3%. Return on equity up to 13% or greater. Remember, that was a little above 11% last year. But we want it to be greater than 13%, and we're on track for that right now. The return on your stock, based off last year's price, we want it to be greater than 9%. And in today's environment, that would be a very good return. And as you can see, 2022, we are very optimistic about this year. We're cautiously optimistic because there are a lot of unique things going on globally and inside this country we have never seen before. But again, we will navigate through this and have another good year. Thank you.